Hi guys, I'm Faye, and welcome back to me trying to keep myself accountable. I've just realised I do not have my vlog sheet up, so here we go. That's much better, very bright, very overwhelming. We are on day 33. Our fundages have not changed, and we have a new phrase which I don't know how this experience translates from English speaking people to Japan, but the term is genki desu. Genki desu means I'm fine. And the reason I'm saying I don't know if this. My hair looks terrible. The reason I'm saying I don't know if this translates the same way is every guy in the world knows that I'm fine does not mean I'm fine. So if your partner is just saying genki desu every time you ask them if they're okay, yeah. We are at 13,074 steps because I saw I was at 7,500 and decided, fuck it, we're going to go ham tonight. So I went for a walk at 7:30 and my neighborhood is dodgy as shit. I thought I was going to have to call the cops on at least three groups of people that were walking around, and I can almost guarantee they thought the same thing about me. We also have done 30 push ups and a plank. We we're pushing. I am pushing to get better with this shit because I am not happy with my weight staying so similar. That being said, I didn't put this up on Friday because I completely forgot. My weight has gone down to 122.2 as of Friday. Actually, I think I went in here. 122.2, which gives us a loss of 300 grams. 0.3 loss. Not much, but hey, it's still going in the right direction and get even further day after day. Now, our place that we're going to talk about tonight is Nagoya. Nagoya? I ain't sure. And I have grabbed our picture aids for us. So first up we have Legoland, which doesn't this shit just look delightful? Uh, so Legoland is of course all over the world, but I've never been to one, and this looks awesome. It does make me kind of wish I was bringing my kids with me, but they would probably go absolutely ballistic. It is also making me think of back when I was a little kid, like 6, 7 years old. We used to have a Lego Island game. I think it was for PC. It might have been for PS1, but it it had that service station, and it just that's this thing is bringing me back to being a small child. Place number two is actually we have another picture aid for this one. Place number two is the science Nagoya the City Science Museum, which this thing is giving off some mad world fair vibes, which I only have from watching The Simpsons. But this this architecture just looks amazing. It looks so dumb, but it looks so amazing. But also, inside of that, it is actually a seven-story science museum. So 5 stories of it are permanent exhibits, and then they have temporary things in the last two. One of which is the basement. But hey, I've got no problem dealing with the basement to check out sciencey shit. So that goes in here too. Science Museum. Thing number three, because I got three out of this one, is Nagashima. Shima Resort. And thankfully, we have a picture example of that one too. I have only ever been to the shitty excuse of fun parks and what do they call them? Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with fun parks that Australia has, which is like we have the Gold Coast where we have Movie World, Wet n Wild Water World. None of them fucking look this dope. This looks amazing. Plus, included in this is a resort with onsens. So I could hit up both sides of this at the same time, doing the touristy shit and still being able to check out the onsen. Which I guess is still touristy shit, but different kind of touristy shit, you know? Times. So there are no events in our time frame in Nagoya. But there are some honorable mentions for things that make me want to go in other time frames. So we have they had the World Cosplay Summit, which I love a little bit of cosplay here and there. We have every Christmas, Legoland does Brickmas, and it's Lego and puns. What more could I fucking want? They also do a ramen festival, and I need to see some form of this while I'm over there. They have one of the biggest sumo events of the year there. None of them in our time frame, but all reasons that you might want to go to Nagoya. Important shit. I thought of another important thing while I was wandering around because we went to the shop, had the big mall. We just call it a shopping center around here today. And while I was going around Kmart, which Walmart without the guns or the food, we found I was going through like their travel stuff, and I never thought adapters. I feel like I'm spelling that wrong, but power adapters. The only ones they had there didn't have a grounder on it, and I want to see if I can find ones with grounders. But that's definitely something that needs to be in our important shit. They ran between like $5 and $40, with the $40 one being one that's like this can work for everywhere you go, which while being useful, it's the difference between a plug that's this big and that thing was about that big, and backspace is going to be at a premium. So we're going to look at the better options for that, and we'll get back to you. So we also have two foods for you. So the first one is called Hitsu Hitsumabushi. Probably mispronouncing that. Hitsu. Which is an eel dish, which I love me some eel. It is genuinely one of my favorite kinds of meat, and if it counts as seafood, it's my favorite seafood, which is saying something because prawns, crab, and oysters are all amazing. But this is actually that's what picture number 4 is. It's the mabushi. That is tiny, and it's going to be. That's not terrible. So Hitsumabushi is eel 4 ways. So you get 4 portions of the marinated charred eel, which you then eat one of them with rice, which is meant to help have the original flavor of it and like just help boost that itself. Then you have it with the condiments, which we have just underneath here. Then it comes with a broth that you mix it into, so you get a third flavor. And then the fourth one is like, hey, you can have this by itself, or you can just mix it through one of the other 3 options, whichever one you like the most. And that seems dope as shit. Our last thing for tonight is miso katsu, which is a tonkatsu or a deep fried pork cutlet. But instead of having the usual sauce that comes with it, it's a miso sauce, and that's honestly sounds fucking amazing. But this is the longest we've ever gone with one of these videos. I'm tired, especially after all the walking and the fact that it's fucking 11:34 at night. But that'll do us for today. I've been Faye. You've been awesome. I'll see you all tomorrow.